you go, go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go, go. Take me dancing tonight. Who's going to take me dancing? One of you guys step up. Hold on, I'm getting some shit ready here. Why was that song running through my head? That was Culture Club, right? Wake me up before you go, go? Wasn't it? I don't know. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Hey, Cesaro. Yo, I worked that right in. Hey, Isaacson. And Cesaro's here. FBI agent. Jacob Whitford. Willie plays. Bam Stamp. Ensignator. Forever Doom 1. Dow Lords. Trevor. Benjamin Garcia's here. Angel Dust Finn Boy. Lick says all of them. Gerardo Prasanna. John Keeper Eclipse the Shiny Umbrian. Jacob Whitford. Little Baby. Good crew in here today. Wow. Susan seems to have given us a couple of notifications. I'm still struggling on mine. Now remember, this question, and again, of course, as always, guys, you can talk about anything you want in our streams, but this question of who you want to punch, you only get one. So you have to choose it very carefully. And I've got, Sajil says Sakura. I knew that she was gonna get some votes. Didn't necessarily believe they were gonna come up that quickly, but and Tom says fucking Boruto. Another one, not a surprise. See, I got a couple. You guys are gonna have to help me figure it out. Obviously, Shao Tucker's on my list. Arlong's on my list. Boy. Black Setsu's on my list. Kabuto's on my list. Punch Arlong repeatedly. Yeah, Tiamat, I can't fault anybody for that one. Absolutely can't fault anybody for that one. I want to punch Joe Biden. John says, so far he's not an anime character, but there's still hope. Tucker, yeah, Zenny Dragon. He had, even before the horrific thing he did to his daughter, he already had a punchable face. So, oh, and Henry is our stream boss starting the day today. Wolverine says every subbed character is VA. Wolverine, for any of you who don't know, is the ultimate dub fan. Always.
Oh,
there you go, Wolverine. I knew they'd show up. Hey, we got a new. I'm very simple. I just like I like playing with the gifts that we have that come up for the super chats. Tui, can't fault Shao Tucker votes at all. Perfectly understandable. He's one of my finalists. It might be him. I don't know, man. I really want to punch Arlong in his stupid fucking face too, though. Aizen not as much. Aizen's a great villain, don't get me wrong. So is Madara, but I don't have that desire to punch them like I do those other guys. Morgan says, hi, Uncle Curtis. Hey, Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tui just took over. New boss. Shao Tucker, definitely. Donzo, good one. Phone chick. I didn't think about Donzo, Morgan.
Yeah.
Now, he's another one, too. He was... I don't like Donzo, but he was not on one of my most hated lists. But as far as punchable faces, yeah, Morgan's onto something there. Even if you kind of like Donzo, you got to admit it'd be kind of fun to punch him in the face. Let's see. Sasuke for Sakura for okay. Sakura for sure. Sasuke for Wild, Tucker, and Kabuto. Yeah, Kabuto, again, he didn't end up being as, like, my most hated. That was Black Setsu in Naruto. But, yeah, you don't get a much more punchable, smirking, smarmy face than Kabuto's. Dragon says, well, has 5 heads, 3 arms, and 2 legs, the finish line at the Boston Marathon. Oh, Dragon. it's just so wrong. The elders from Naruto. Not a bad call, Iris. I would have never thought of them. And if you guys remember going through those reaction vids with me, yes, my urge to jack them up was strong. Yeah, I haven't thought about them in ages till Iris just brought them up. Yeah, I didn't like the elders at all. Yeah, that's a good one. That's an unexpected one, but good. Uh, I'm not sure. Tui says Turkish Sultan who. Oh, I'm assuming we're not supposed to even say the word. Who assaulted sexually a child? I'm thinking. Tui, I didn't hear about that. Anybody who assaults a child in any way, well, yeah, it goes way more than wanting to punch for me. But I'm with you. Alucard? Not Alucard. I love my boy
Oh,
Alucard. Alucard's a badass. Tui solidifying his lead. Lude says, redhead princess bitch from Shield Hero for me. We just got excuse me, I'm sorry guys. Um it's funny you bring that up, Lude. Just today, Mfasi had not yet given me his G100 for the month, what he wanted. And so I just contacted him and he got back to me, and it's episode 1 of Shield Hero is what he. So we're going to be watching that at the Goose and then, well, within the next week, because I'm going to have all the G100s tied up by the time we leave next week. So redhead princess bitch from Shield Hero. I like to follow Kazuma's philosophy of true gender equality. When any bitch deserves a dropkick, gets a dropkick. That's 100% true. That is true equality. Absolutely. Getting from Greed Island was a piece of shit. I haven't thought about him in ages either, Kev. Yep. I don't know that. That's a punchable face. Ichigo Kurosaki says Aizen, but that's because it's Ichigo. And in fairness, Ichigo did, in a way, punch him in the face. Oh, Willie says I would punch Goku. Not because I hate him, just because I get to say I punched the anime's strongest hero. That's an interesting take, Willie. Yeah, if we could punch somebody and get away with it. Holy shit, can you imagine the amount of street cred you get for that?
Oh,
What'd you do today? I punched Goku in his fucking face. That's what I did. Yeah, usually a bad. That's a good point. Tui says I'm talking about in Helsing when he was a child slave. Oh, gotcha. I lost track of what you're saying, Tui. Yes, I gotcha. Oh, yeah, definitely. That one, yeah. And like I said, that's even punch in the face is a given. Shot through the anus with a grenade launcher would be even better. Dragon says I've always wanted to punch Steely Dan. Cheap Jump Scare says Shao Tucker. Yep. Endeavor and Kabuto. Yeah, Endeavor for me for quite. Yeah. Endeavor would be on my list. He's not going to be my top one, but yeah, I agree with that. And Kabuto, yeah, because again, like I said, Kabuto, when all was said and done with Shippuden, Kabuto was probably maybe still my top 5 most hated or most disliked, but just barely. But even at that, he still had. I still say Kabuto had the most punchable face in Naruto, except for maybe those elders. Iris made a really good case there. Those I did. What did you guys think? I don't think we've ever talked about that. What did you guys think of the elders in Naruto? I hated them. I couldn't fucking stand them. I'm just curious. Iris says, I want to punch Sakura on her forehead. Well, we should have a big target. Griffith from Berserk. See, with him, Kev, some of the time, yeah, I really did want to punch him in the face. Other times, not as much. That's an interesting one, Kev. Black Setsu didn't really have a face to be punchable. Yeah, I think that kind of ruins it. Cheap jump scare. Tucker and Arlong couldn't. Yep, completely agree. Cthulhu, the top 2, probably the top 2 for me as well. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Morgan met L's voice actor this weekend. Next post for details. I'll watch for it. I completely forgot we're getting to do that. That's really cool. For those who don't know, Morgan is just a huge Death Note, as am I, a huge Death Note fan. And she says, L's VA is so nice and humble. I have two autographs on the way and screenshots of us together. He said when L was munching on sweets in the show, he brought pastries into the booth so it was real. Now that's the job I need. I like pastries, and pastries like me. That's really cool. Isn't it the best though? And it happened to me with when I met Bruno Sammartino, the wrestler, who was a childhood hero of mine. Isn't it the best when the people that you idolize or have been heroes to you turn out to be cool? It's because I've had it go the other way too, and it's so gratifying when you find out that they're good people. That's awesome. Ooh, Ultra Art says Ribrianne. That's legit. That's entirely legit. Yeah, there wouldn't be a lot of female characters on my list, but yes, I would agree with that one, Ribrianne. Or Ultra Art, yeah, with Ribrianne. No question that it would be fun to punch her in the face. Dragon says, I would love to punch Boruto along with the creator of the anime. I had, when I was thinking I wanted to talk about this today, I was thinking that Boruto was going to get plenty of support in this thing. Really? Chrome, this one surprised me a little. Chrome says, honestly, kind of want to slap Princess Shirahoshi from One Piece. She's kind of a whiny bitch. That she is absolutely whiny. I'll give you that. But she does something near the end of the arc that makes me hate her. Oh, whoa, that kind of piqued my interest, Chrome. Because I will admit to you, I haven't gotten to the point where I wanted to smack her. But yes, and I understand why she does it, and that she doesn't know any better, and that she's been protected her whole life, blah, blah, blah. But yes, the constant crying is annoying. I agree with you on that, Chrome. But now you've really got my interest piqued. Wonder what she does. Tui says, in Yu Yu Hakusho, Makoru's father, who assaulted her from 0 to 7, only stopped because she poured acid on herself. Wow, I hadn't thought about that in ages, Tui. Yeah, you're finding some good ones though. You're finding, like I say, the ones that you do want to punch them in the face, but you want that to be just the beginning. You also want to bring in some gasoline and matches too. Yeah, good. Oh yeah, most definitely. Oh, and then totally off topic. We'll get right back on the topic. But talking to Chrome made me think of it, guys. The other day, it was just something I thought would be something nice for my wife and I. The other day, I went online and I purchased a 2 square foot plot of land in Scotland. It was a cute little thing. You can buy this little 2 foot square plot of land. I looked it up on Google Earth and everything. You can look it up, see where it is. Beautiful. Well, the countryside of Scotland, I think, is gorgeous anyway. And it's so you can be, because if you're a landowner, of course, you can be referred to as Lord and Lady. So I told my wife, I said, there, I've made you Lady Philomena officially. And I just thought it was something cool and cute to do. But we got the thing in today, and I was thinking of Chrome when I was doing it. Oh, it's so cool. It is, and it's really neat because it's not just superfluous. The money that they raise from doing this goes back into taking care of the natural, pristine beauty of Scotland. Omega says, Eisen, but want to do worse, Tim. Yes, I agreed, Omega. And I like your icon pick. Yes, I'm aware of the Iron is saying this while using his face in my profile pic. I didn't even see that part. Yeah. Good point, Arthur. Don't worry. Hiei gave him the Toguro treatment. Boy, that was a good anime. I haven't thought about that one as much lately. But that really was a great anime. It really was. Lord Spaz. Now, yeah. Yes, we are officially Lord Russell and Lady Philomena. But I just thought it was just something really cute and different and fun. And so we've got a little certificate that tells you what your plot number is and everything. But Chrome says, well, time for me to pillage a part of my country. Yeah. Chrome's going to make the news in the UK over there pillaging a little 2 foot square plot of land, just going to town on it. I gotta get a hold of the company that I bought the plot of land from and ask if they offer security services. Now, Got Your Girl in My DMs is from Scotland too. We have a lot of folks from the UK. I've told you guys many times, and it's true. I don't think this channel would have survived, particularly through the early years, if it weren't for our UK folks. They've always been a huge part of everything that goes on here. I also want to deck Freezer in the snoz. That's understandable too, Cheap Jump Scare. There's somebody else that just, yep. Even though he's a great villain, he still makes sure I punch him in the face. Excuse me. Brother E says, hello, I just got home from Nova Scotia. Oh, you're back now. Cool. Oh boy, what an amazing trip. That's cool. The food made me stuff, and that's rare for someone like me who is a foodie and loves to eat food nonstop. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you had a good time, pal. I'm really glad you had fun. How about Nina? Yeah, Shout Tucker Dragon. Yep, he's right at the top of my list. That's why I'm debating between. You guys have actually raised up some other good ones that I hadn't thought of prior to, like those elders from Naruto and stuff. But yeah, Shout Tucker, man, it'd be fun to punch him. Oh yeah, Tui says guys who hurt Sarah's Victoria and assaulted her mother's dead body. Yeah, you're preaching to the old choir again there too, Tui. Tui's picking up some good ones. Tui's going with some that, again, it would be great to punch them, but that's not where you'd want it to end. There's so much more that needs to be done. Brother E, well, if you live in New York City, I can understand this. I would like to punch Bill de Blasio continuously in the face. He's destroying New York City. He needs to get out of office already. I couldn't agree with you more, Brother E. Couldn't agree with you. There's been plenty of mayors in New York. They used to spend a lot of time in the city, and you stay kind of attached to what goes on. And there's been plenty of mayors down there that I've disagreed with. But yeah, de Blasio was just abysmal. Terrible. And he's doing nothing to curb the out of control violent crime rate going on down there either. He's just like, I mean, am I wrong, Brother? He's just fucking ignoring it. And things are really, and it's a shame because the one thing I can say is when, why is his name going on my head? Oh, God damn it. Giuliani's a goofball. And as he's gotten older, I really think Giuliani's lost it. So if you didn't know of Giuliani from many years ago, yeah, your impression of him is going to be understandably different. But he did a great job of cleaning up New York City, particularly Manhattan. He really did a good job. And it's maintained that since he's been out of office. It's an entirely different place now. And it's just skyrocketing back to the way it was. A punch is a good start for some of these. Agreed, Lude. Agreed. Some of them need way more than that. Really, Omega? He says, also Vegeta for my own reasons. I'm surprised to see Vegeta get a mention. I did not think Vegeta'd get a Cuties movie director. Good call, Tiamat. Good call. But I didn't think Vegeta would get a mention.
Yeah.
Tui, Donzo, yes. That's another one, Donzo. Donzo. That's another one, Tui. Somebody had mentioned Donzo earlier, and that's somebody else I hadn't thought of. And again, I don't like the character.
Oh, yeah.
But he's not one of my most hated, but he is one of the most punchable. He might even be more punchable than Kabuto now that I think about it. And I'd forgotten all about him. Arthur says, pain. His ideology had so many contradictions. That's true. That's true. It did. Yeah, as much as, I liked Pain's ability for reflection and to come to a new understanding of himself and the world and all that. But I don't necessarily disagree that he had a punchable face. Yeah, he could be annoying. Tsukasa from Dr. Stone really is their own. That's a good one. Brother E says, de Blasio, he's ignoring it and apparently had his family leave the city to some country cottage. I didn't hear that. Yesterday, he decided to spend his day cutting a ribbon to a new building in Grand Central. Because I know a lot of you guys, people that aren't in the northeastern U.S. may not be aware, but I mean, the violent crime in New York City right now is out of control. I mean, completely out of control.
Oh, yeah.
And de Blasio, the mayor, is doing nothing. Absolutely nothing about it. Morgan says, forever love Matsuda for shooting like real MVP.
Yeah.
Matsuda was a great character in there, Morgan. An unexpectedly great character to me. I didn't, throughout, I never expected to leave with the hugely positive impression of Matsuda that we ended up with. Oh, Morgan's the new stream boss. Let's see. We've only had a couple of times where the girls have taken over as stream boss. Cheyenne did it a couple of times. Now Morgan's got it. Dragon says, what's the best way to get bubblegum out of your hair? Cancer. Ah, Dragon. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you today? Cancer. Oh, man. Ouch. Wolverine says,
Oh,
I'd punch everyone involved with
yeah.
live action anime. In fairness, Wolverine, that might be a long line. You might have to go Disney style and get a fast pass to get to the front of that line. I think you'd have plenty of company. Justin makes a good point. Saitama, because he'd probably let you. Yeah. I love Saitama. I gotta watch season 2. It's terrible that because I loved the first season so much. And while I didn't see a lot of outright hate for season 2, there was so much of a lukewarm response to it that I think in a way that kind of I'll still see it, but it kind of put off the urgency for me, if that makes any sense. You know, it wasn't as big a, hey, I gotta go see this type thing. But I do have to watch it. Scar, really, Tui. Now Scar, ooh, he's a tough one for me. That I'm surprised to see somebody say Scar, because early on I don't even know that I'd say I wanted to punch him. He pissed me off with some of the things he was doing, but by the end I didn't want to jack him up. That's an interesting one. I'd be interested to see how many people would have Scar on their list. That's an interesting one. Tui's back, Stream Boss again. Morgan, you were there for a little while at least. you stopped in for a cup of coffee as Stream Boss.
Yeah.
Tim says Griffith's getting more support than I thought. Well, I guess I shouldn't say than I thought. Griffith, yeah, it's not hard to make a real case for wanting to hit Griffith. Yeah, I get you guys on that one. Oh, Dr. Hogabach, One Piece and Central 46, Bleach, Central 46. Now, for me, Arthur, Dr. Hogabach's a good one. Understandable to want to jack him up. But yes, Central 46 even more so.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's an excellent one. Just go through Central 46, all their seats, and deliver shots. Yeah, absolutely. An intellectual says, I would like to punch the monkey from your previous video in the face and wear a cool hat. You know what we should... I don't even know what became of that monkey in that hat. Probably got thrown out. If they were still in the house somewhere, how funny would it be to have a giveaway on those? That would be something cool. But I don't even know if we still have them. Over the years of cleaning things out and stuff, they might have gotten thrown out. Poor Morgan. She said, man, that was a hit it and quit it. R.I.P. me. I know, poor Morgan. I was just celebrating the fact that we're getting a little more equality in there. We had a woman as our stream boss again, and it's like that South Park episode with the money and the banker, and it's gone. Jack Young says, Ichika from Infinite Stratos, denser than Saturn.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Jack, I think I've heard that name, Infinite Stratos, before, but I don't know anything about that one. I like that though, denser than Saturn. Omega Project says it's purely because I want to wipe that smirk off Vegeta's face. Now, even though I am surprised someone would say Vegeta,
yeah.
but you guys know me and my likes, dislikes, and takes on thing. I can't fault anybody for saying that because Project's 100% right. He does smirk all the time, and those smirks get annoying to me.
Yeah.
Even Geen, who I grew to like, Geen is the only one I can say so far. And we have a lot of anime characters that carry a smirk expression for the bulk of their existence. Geen is the only one so far I've been able to get by that and actually really like him. Excuse me. Lute says absolutely Hogabach. Yeah, that's completely agreeable. Fucking screechy ass annoying laugh. Very true, Lude. We're on the same page with that one. Absolutely true. Ash's mom for child neglect. See, I don't know a lot about that series at all. Now that's the one. Oh shit. Who's the character from Pokemon? God damn it! Now I can't, because I've never seen anything of Pokemon. But I know there's that one character that everybody rags on. That wasn't he like supposedly banging Ash's mom or some shit like that. You guys know what I'm talking about? Am I making any sense? I might be remembering wrong. Tui says, Pride has a child Pride as a child just had a punchable face, especially when no one can stop him. Oh, from FMAB? Yes. Yes, agreed. Agreed. Entirely punchable face. Yep. That's an obnoxious face. Just the pure obnoxiousness makes you want to hit him. I agree with that one. The villains in DBZ wipe that smirk away off. And that's true, Arthur. That's true. Poof from Hunter x Hunter. Really? I'm surprised at that one, Kev. Really? Poof? Yeah, I will say this. If I was wanted to punch one of the guards, it would definitely be Poof. Oak. Yes, Oak is who I'm talking about. Arthur and Alex said Oak and Willie. I don't even know the story. I've heard it talked about so often. That's who it was. Oak. Professor Oak. That's what. Yes, Professor Oak. See, and I don't, I don't purport that I even know all the details of it. Just I've heard it so much in our conversations that it stuck with me. I saw the title, and let's just say, Mommy from Rent a Girlfriend. Oh, I don't know that one. Dark Train Thanos. I don't know that one. Nina's dad from Full Metal. Yep. Yeah. Shao Tucker. Shao Tucker. Who's getting mentioned the most, guys? I think it's probably is Shao Tucker right now, right? Trying to think back on who's AOC and Cardi B, the waps of the brain, Tiamat says. I think Shao Tucker's been seems to have been mentioned the most so far, which is not surprising at all. Truly, I'm not understanding this one. Did R.I.P. Danny Kokyon, Iggy Abdul? Did R.I.P. Danny Kokyon? I'm not sure, pal. I'm not following that. I'm not following that one. Steely Dan from JoJo. Steely Dan did get mentioned earlier, too. That's a good one. I wouldn't have thought of that one. Dio, Big Green says. Really? Jacking up Dio? Every character in 4Kids One Piece. That's fair, Arthur. That's entirely fair. Dalward says, Geen was legit one of my favorites from the beginning.
Yeah.
Not from the beginning for me, Dalward. And that's what a lot of what made it fun for me is because initially he had that same effect on me that most smug, obnoxious, smirking characters do. And it's just like, shut up, you know? But for some reason, Geen just worked it differently. Geen owned it. He seems so genuine with that smirk and that attitude, and he was so funny with the way he purported himself that he just won me over, and that really surprised me. That really surprised me. Oh yeah, Zamasu. Fuck Zamasu, Benjamin. Yep, agree.
Oh, yeah.
Lude says, I have a theory about you and Geen. When I started off with anime, I hated smug, smirky characters, grew to love them over time. They entertain me a lot. Same thing might be happening to you now, I hope. It could. I never say never, Lude. I don't think so much because I've always hated those type of characters in any type of entertainment. Now, I will say this. I was shocked because I really, really liked Geen. And it was long before you guys watched with me, you know that. It's not hindsight. It was way before he turned on Aizen or anything. It was just, I guess it comes down to no matter what you're going to be in life, be the best you can be. And he is so good at being a smug, obnoxious jerk that you just got to appreciate him. you just have to. You could be right. Maybe I will start appreciating them more. If anybody could have opened that door, it would have had to be Geen, I think. Oh, Dio, Tui says. Oh, okay, I should have picked that up. I was trying to figure out for autocorrects. Dio, R.I.P. Danny Kokyan, Iggy Abdul. Okay. Yeah, see, I think Dio was too good a villain for me. I can't say I never wanted to punch him. I think I wanted to punch him more early on, Dio. In their rugby days and stuff. Granted, Kabuto was a favorite for me too. Oh, was he, Howard? Yeah, I hated Kabuto. Now, I will say some people had suggested that to me, and I looked into it. I don't think I would have hated Kabuto as much if I were watching the sub from the start. because the Japanese voice actor, I believe anyway, was not nearly as smug and obnoxious in portraying him as was the English voice actor. I wouldn't have liked Kabuto, no matter, I don't care how he could have spoken any language he wanted. It doesn't matter. I wasn't going to like him. But I don't think I would have hated him as much if I was watching the sub at that time. Yarborough says, scientist guy from Outlaw Star, Gwen Con, I think. Oh, the scientist guy. Yeah, I wouldn't remember the name either, Yarborough. Yes. Yes. Entirely punchable face there, too. Yep. Entirely punchable face there. Omega Project says, also put me in a room with a Kainu and see what happens. I probably wouldn't survive it, but I'd take a shot at him. Oh, that's a good one, Project. That's a good one. Yeah, Captain Magma. Fuck Captain Magma. And just, and you talk about smug. How it's one thing that, okay, he was doing his job. He was doing what he was supposed to do. But to get that kind of boner that he got from turning Ace into a donut, yeah, fuck him forever.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. I wouldn't have thought of him. That's a good one. Oh, and Arthur's got him too. Akainu, Old Man Yamamoto, Bleach Generals, FMAB.
Oh, yeah.
Now Akainu's gotten mentioned a couple times now. Oh, that's true too. I you know what, Dragon? I'd almost forgotten about that scene. That's terrible that I did. I didn't want to punch Dio until he killed JoJo's dog. That was pretty fucked up. Yeah, I'd almost forgotten about. Yeah, at that point, I'm with you. As an overall villain, he wouldn't have made the top of my list for that. But yeah, I did. I forgot about that. That's a good call. So who? I don't know. Don't punch Old Man Yama, it'll hurt your knuckles, Lou says. I don't know. I think Shao Tucker's getting mentioned a lot. I'm trying to think who else got mentioned a bunch. Griffith from Berserk. I'm surprised by how often Griffith's been mentioned. Of course, Boruto's been mentioned a number of times. Let's see who. This is kind of fun. Ed in the House. That really Hohenheim? Zero? Now, see, I didn't like Hohenheim at first. But in fairness, that was just based on the fact that he had taken off and I didn't really know anything about him. Wow, I'm surprised to see Hohenheim make a list. Oh, good. Somebody left spoilers? Yep. Thank you, Lude. Thank you, Lude. Again, that's why I never worry about spoilers in the chat. The mods here do not miss it, and they don't allow it. Tucker and RVB. Oh, I like my boy. I don't know. In RVB, I don't think Tucker would be the one I want to punch the most. I'd have to think it through and think it. But yeah, I don't want to punch my boy Tucker. Although, yeah, seriously, I could see why somebody might want to. Chrome says, not an anime yet, but there's a teacher in Spy X Family I'd like to punch. He makes a little girl cry from trying to force her to decide who she likes better, stepmom or her dead mom. Scumbag. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, yeah, you guys know how with the way I am with parent-child relationships, you know how that one would affect me. Yikes. Luke says, nowadays it's mostly just run-of-the-mill spammers. Yeah, I know, Luke. That's what I mean. I thought I was surprised to hear somebody saying that somebody was in trying to spoil. Again, it's something I never worry about because it's just somebody coming in there, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just tiny penis syndrome, whatever it is, feel like they're going to accomplish something by spoiling it, and instead they don't succeed and they just get banned. So, yeah, whatever made your tiny little pee-pee happy on the given day. Tui says, Kira Yoshikage and Danny the name of the Danny's the name of the dog Dio incinerated. Yeah, I did. I gotta admit, I did forget about the dog, and that goes a long way towards getting yourself jacked in the face. Yeah, you guys reminded me of that one. Brother E says, I think I would punch Major Gilbert's brother in Violet Evergarden. He was so obnoxious, just a smug asshole. Ooh, that's a good one, Brother E. Entirely agree with that one. He is absolutely right in that wheelhouse of people you want to punch in the face. The way he treated Violet, particularly from at the start there. You know what was almost as good as the punch in the face though? Was Violet at the end there where she was leaving and he's going to be all like, I don't know what's the word. He's going to be all regal about things. And he says, go live a good life. And that's an order. And she's like, but the thing is, I don't need orders anymore. That was like right there, bitch. Downlord says, honestly, it's hard to beat Shao Tucker on the hatred scale. You're right, Downlord. If he was a real person in my community, he'd wind up in an abandoned mine shaft.
Yeah.
And you know what, too, Downlord? With him, there's a lot of characters that really do well on the hated list, but there's a special breed that really just makes you want to jack them in the face, and Shao Tucker's got all that going. Yarborough says you'll get to why eventually, but Don Quixote do Flamingo, Mr. Super Crazy and Fabulous from Seven Warlords, S-Class Super Crap for Soul Bowl, and okay, that's interesting. Do Flamingo, huh? That one, that's one of the few names that stays with me, only because, again, like with One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball, it has such a strong foothold here in the West that Doflamingo, even before I started One Piece, I had seen so many different like figures, statues of them, different artwork of them and everything. I think that's the reason that his name and face stick with me. Arthur says Elder Toguro, the short whiny one. Yep, I can remember Arthur. I can remember watching that series and wanting to punch him in the face. I do remember that, yes. Chrome says the boyfriend/antagonist from Skip Beat. He uses the main character as a glorified slave, then tries to toss her aside when he becomes an idol. A shoujo series I consider sponsoring for Sakura. That's and Sakura just got another mention. Ian wants to punch Sakura. Yeah, and again, you guys know me, and if you're shitty to a child or shitty to your friends, comrades, people that are relying on you, that's the one sure way to get me on the I want to punch you in the face bandwagon. Cesaro says, Ging from Hunter x Hunter. Don't like him that much. Was happy as fuck when Lero punched the living shit out of me too, there. And Zhao from Avatar. And Obito because he wanted to start a war because of a girl. You know what, Jing, I'm kind of with you on Jing. As powerful as he was, and I couldn't wait to really meet him through most of the series and everything, he's kind of a dick. And the only thing I can say that's redeeming to me about Jing is he did let Leorio punch him. Because there's no way you'll make me believe in the context of that story, and I think all you guys will agree with me, that Jing couldn't have avoided that punch if he wanted to. You know, I mean, we know who he is. And that punch was not something that's going to land on him. But I think he took it because he knew he deserved it. Outside of that, no use for him at all. Omega Project says, also Obito. I don't think I need to explain that one. Nope, you do not, Omega. Obito had a lot of moments where I really wanted to punch him. A lot of them. Omega Project's boss. And Tui just put a hit on him. Captain Magma, regardless of doing his job, still want to punch him. Also, curb stomp. Completely agree on both counts there, Tui. Completely agree on both counts there. Yep. Captain Magma, that. And Arlong. The only thing with Arlong is, for me, I wouldn't want to stop at just punching him, but definitely want to get started with that. Hey, Henry, good to see you, pal. You started off the day as stream boss earlier. One time when I was working, this lady started screaming at me for no reason and embarrassed me in front of my coworkers. Then one of my friends offered to help, and she threatened to have him fired. I wanted to punch her. I tell you, Henry, that's a pet peeve of mine, is the way that people treat employees in retail and stuff like that. And I've had a couple go rounds with people about the way that was done. I mean, again, somebody's in there just trying to do their job on a day-to-day basis. Now, whether you're working at McDonald's or Walmart or wherever it may be, the person working there is just trying to make a living, get by like the rest of us. screaming at them because you don't like the things that the corporate office does, or yelling at them because you don't like a common sense rule about returns or something along those lines, pisses me right off. Because I'm as volatile as the next person, more so than a lot. But even I know, even angered, I know how to direct my anger. I'm not gonna have a problem with Spectrum Cable and yell at the person who answers the phone, because it sure as fuck isn't their fault. If I can give me the CEO of Spectrum, give me a policy, a decision maker of Spectrum, and I'll go off. But yes, that stuff, I can tell you guys a couple stories about run-ins I've had with people because of that. And it's usually, well, I'm an old person, so I guess it's okay to be self-loathing. It's usually old people that do it, that I've seen in my experiences. Old people that are being dicks. Think everybody, I swear, some people think that they reach, like, it is just about my age. When you start to reach 60, even more so, maybe 70, that everybody fucking owes you something or something because you managed to live a long time. That drives me insane. Arthur says, shocking reminded me, Spandam, one piece. Oh, yeah. Oh, spandex. Yeah. Yeah, extremely punchable face. Clutch. Extremely punchable face, though. Yep. Arlong. Two Arlongs in a row, Tiamat and Eclipse. So Arlong's right up there with Shao Tucker. I think he's gotten as many mentions as Shao Tucker has. Bob Junkel says, not old people, Karens who just happen to be old and even male. Good point, Bob. Good point.
Oh, yeah.
Downward took over. Downward says, I always remember anime. I've forgotten in these streams. Oh, and it's fun for me, Downward, just remembering, like today has been one of them.
Yeah.
Remembering specific incidents or specific characters I hadn't thought of. Yes, I agree with you. It's amazing how you guys always jog my memory in the best way. I couldn't agree with that last statement anymore. That's why I love conversations like the one we're having today, because I know you guys are going to bring back a lot of things for me. Tui says, envy from FMAB, but he took himself out before someone could. Yeah, for most of the show, I wanted to jack up envy. Now, at the very end, it was a little bit sad and empathetic how he went out. But yeah, for most of the time, yeah, a punch to Envy's face would have been cool. Gimster says, not sure why, but some people want to punch Arlong, Shao Tucker, Donzo, and best boy of all time, Spaz Chair. Some people confuse me. Fuck Spaz Chair. If there's one thing I can say, Gimster, if there's ever been one character so far in all of House of Spaz that got exactly what they deserved at the end, it was Spaz Chair. Come on. Getting this shit beat out of him, getting slashed with a katana, and then thrown into a dumpster. Spaz Chair went out the way he was destined to go out, like a bitch. Read Willie Plays last post? Okay, hold on, Arthur. Where's Willie? Willie, where you at? Yo, Willie. What is that from? Yo, Willie. It's a movie or something. I can't think of what it is. Weird shit that comes up in my damaged head. There's Willie. My cousin's okay and in therapy for the next few days. Oh boy, she tried to overdose early Thursday morning. I really do have to go to class now. But I'm sorry to hear that, Willie. I hope everything. Yeah, I'm glad. I should say everything is going okay. Yeah, therapy might be more than a temporary thing. Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that everything is seemingly going well. Oh, I saw that one from Gimster.
Oh, yeah.
Dragon says, how do you keep Eddie Lacy from breaking into your house? Put an end zone in your driveway. Oh, poor Eddie Lacy. Yeah, talk about not living up to some expectations. Yeah. Put an end zone in your driveway. That's rough. Jake from SF says, I used to hate going to my dad places when I was a kid because if they screwed up his order, he'd make a big scene. One time he got kicked out and my brother and I were on the other side of the store. You know, and the worst part about that, Jake, for me, is just what you're describing. You don't do that in front of your kids. You don't, just my opinion, you don't make your kids feel uncomfortable for stuff like that. And again, if anybody has a right to or reason to go off about getting orders wrong, it's me. Because as I've told you, when you're like me and you don't eat condiments and all you want is everything plain and you can never get it, it's frustrating as hell. Now, if I've gotten angry, it's because there have been times I've been able to talk directly to the manager of the place. And I'll ask, why is it? I mean, it's got to be something in the training when somebody gets this order back there and it says clearly on it, plain, no cheese, no ketchup, no pickles, no blah, blah, blah. And I get it with everything on it, or I get it with cheese still on it. Why is that a problem? Why is that difficult?
Oh,
but to yell at somebody, I think to yell in those situations is a little over the top anyway, but particularly to yell at somebody who doesn't have any control over it is even more so. Tweet says, Spazshare, I still think that's the biggest anime betrayal of 2020. Fucking Spazshare. Oh, that chair and I did not hit it off from the word go. And I mean, I can't afford top end furniture, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't cheap. It wasn't a cheap chair because especially back then I weighed almost 30 pounds more than I do now even. I need a sturdy chair, so I bought a sturdy chair that I thought would do well. It was never comfortable. It was always creaking. Oh, I was just glad to see that asshole go. Heartseed has a punchable personality. Entirely, Dowlord. What I've seen so far, yes. Yes, Heartseed absolutely has a punchable personality. Arthur says, anyone that censors hentai. I think that one almost went without that. That's a given. That one's a definite, Arthur. Yes, absolutely. You guys are funny. Excuse me. Brother E says, another One Piece character I think needs a beating is Wapol. I couldn't stand how annoying he was and thought he was a badass, yet he was a coward and a dick, especially when he laughed at Dalton. Yeah, I agree with Wapol. Yeah, and even in going back to the reactions, you'll see that, yes, I agree with that one. Ray Del Muertos. Hey, Uncle Kurt, no relation. I made it to a stream finally, and I just came to say Grimjaw was best girl. Grimjaw, best girl. Oh, well, thanks, Ray, and I appreciate you being in. I ended up kind of liking Grimjaw a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to cry when he got his ass beat. He wasn't like a favorite to me, but I ended up liking him more than I thought he was. But describing him as best girl, yes, I'm with that. Dragon says, one time a Mexican restaurant kept failing to bring me a root beer. I finally told them I wanted an El Root Beero. I got what I wanted after that.
Oh,
Dragon,
yeah.
what's going on today? Wolverine says, check last post. Where's Wolfie? Oh, for what it's worth, I'm struggling with alcohol issues. Yeah, we've been talking about that. I've had good days and some bad ones. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Oh, Wolverine, we all wish you the best. The unfortunate thing with that is it's something that, we can all wish you well, and all root for you. But man, that's a one-on-one battle you got to take on your own. And I just hope it works out perfectly for you, because it can. And I think it will. Idiot says, if I had the chance to punch one anime character, I'd punch Hitler and Full Metal Alchemist, because I can finally say I've punched the most evil man in history, even though I'm in the same list. Idi Amin, Dada. How many of you guys? I love having Idi Amin here. He's been so funny for so long. But how many of you remember? Because obviously you're all. I was going to say you're all younger than me, but Dirt is younger than me. How many of you guys remember Idi Amin? Idi Amin Dada. I'm just curious. Downward says, yeah, addiction is a bitch. Still trying to quit smoking. Oh, smoking's rough. Yes, Downward it is. Absolutely. Poof from Hunter x Hunter was a scumbag. I punched him for free. Yeah. As I said, Kev, definitely. I don't know that he was high on my list. Yeah, he's up there of people I'd like to punch, but definitely of the guards and everything, easily, Poof. Easily. You do remember him, Bob's uncle? Oink doesn't? No. I have no idea what that is. Chrome says, what are you even saying? It says, no idea what you're talking about. I was just curious. I was just, because Idi Amin, well, I'm not going to go into his whole history, but if you guys want to look him up online, now, no offense with our Idi Amin, because he has been kind enough to come back here and hang out with us. Not a good guy. Not a good guy at all. But it was many years ago.
Oh,
That's why I was curious how
yeah.
if his legend transcended or not. Gimster says, no spoilers in chat for me, please. I just got Mirai Nikki, Death Parade, Beck Mongolian, Chop Squad, and Cowboy Bebop in the mail around 3 days ago. Going to be watching first two for the first time. Oh, cool. I've only seen one of those. I've only seen Bebop. That's cool, Gimster. Yeah, that'll be some good times. Without question, that'll be some good times. Uh, I'm all your uncles, Bob says. Jake says, my dad being that way is why I'm the exact opposite. Took my mom out for Easter a few years ago, and the waitress spilled my drink all over me and all. I could tell how embarrassed she was. Gave her 100% tip. Yeah, see, I'm with you on that stuff, Jake. Especially stuff like that. It's an accident. Shit happens. It's my clothes wash, and if they're stained, the store has new clothes. You're gonna make somebody feel bad for an accident, and so many people do it. And I don't get, and I readily admit to being at least part sociopath, but not along those lines. I mean, you can have a little decency to people, particularly in situations such as that. I remember, I think I told you guys this many years ago because I had hair. Would have been back in the, oh gosh, probably the
Oh, yeah.
late 80s, early 90s. I was in a barber shop here locally, and there was two different girls. I used to go to the same shop all the time. And there's two girls that I usually had cut my hair, one of the two of them. I didn't need two. It wasn't that thick. And I went in to get it cut one day, and the guy who owned the place, I can't remember his first name. Dominic was his first name. Dominic? Yeah, it was Dom. The guy that owned the place was there, and he was short-handed that day. I came in to get my hair cut. He goes, well, the girls aren't here. He says, I'll cut it for you if you want. I was like, yeah, I don't care who cuts it, just as long as I get my hair cut. And Dom's an old school, real Italian. And by that, he means when he talks, he's got to do it with his hands. So now he's cutting my hair, and as he's cutting my hair, his buddies, his Goombas are in there, so they're chatting. Gimster is now stream boss. So he's going, he's talking, he's cutting, he's talking, he's cutting. Boom, cuts off a good little hunk of my ear. I was like, ow, goddammit. And that bleeds like hell because it's just fleshy. And it starts pouring blood, and he's like, oh my God. And he goes over and he gets towels, and he's packing with towels and everything. I'm so sorry. He's going. And so he gets that. Again, I was wrestling at the time too. Getting a little piece of my ear cut off was the most painful thing I was going to go through that week. So I just kind of laughed it off, and we got done with the whole thing. And I was getting, it was winter out. I get in my jacket, and I go, I hope you don't think I'm paying for that fucking haircut. He goes, I hope you're not planning on suing me when you leave here. He goes, but it was just, it makes me think of that. It's like, you're going to get mad over what? Didn't do it on purpose. You know, I don't know. Maybe, but I guess to some people that would be more, I think if it was a woman, it'd be a bigger deal. If it had been done to my wife, I probably would have been a little irritated, but it would have been hypocritical of me to carry on and make a big deal out of getting cut on the ear when probably that weekend I was going to be taking a razor blade and opening my forehead up. So I'd like to punch Ribrian from Dragon Ball Super, Jordan. Yeah, that one, she was someone I hadn't thought of till you guys brought it up, and I am fully on board with that one. Fully on board, Jordan. Just fuck it to death. Yeah, COVID deserves no mercy whatsoever. None. I wanted to punch Misa for being Light's bitch. Vanquisher says, Misa. It's back. You guys are getting lag. Sorry about that, guys. I know my connection's really good, so lag's got to be coming from YouTube. Everybody, we're back. Okay. When I use this setup, I don't have I have my dashboard, but not my live stream feed available. So I don't see lag when it comes up, and I didn't get a notification on it here. Arthur says, last one, anyone that disrespects life, freedom, or is just a raging hypocrite. In general, life, liberty, and conviction are my biggest values. That's fair. That's completely fair. Yeah, hypocrisy is very hypocrisy can be very face punching, what sort of instigation? A good instigator for wanting to punch a face. Only says, there's honestly no anime character I feel strongly enough about to want to punch. If we expand to all fiction, the only character I want to punch is Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter. Really? You guys know me, my Harry Potter knowledge is next to nothing. I've heard the name, I've heard her name before, but I don't really know anything about the character. Eren Yeager? Really, Zaroon? I wouldn't have guessed he'd show up. I like Eren. He can be annoying at times, but I like him overall.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he came up. Chrome says, I really gotten in. I almost speak. I've really got into reading manga again this year, so I've been seeing a lot of series that will eventually become big anime. Like there's a lot of good stuff on the horizon. So, that's all I need, Chrome. You and I have talked about how if I live to 140, I'm not going to see all the anime that's out there now. So knowing that there's even more great stuff coming up. Brother E says, so I just saw your video about racial discrimination in One Piece. I'd like to go a bit more in depth with that. I think extremists not only advocate violence, but pressure it onto people as well. Sure they do. Sure they do. Extremists, and again, general. I'm not talking anybody's specific side. All extremists absolutely try and pressure others to getting on board. That's how they operate. I absolutely agree. Arthur says, Umbridge is SJW feminist meets Karen Incarnate. Yeah, then if that description is even close to accurate, yeah, I'll get on board the punch train there. Ali versus Jack Johnson, Tui? That's tough because Jack Johnson was so long ago, but oof.
Yeah.
Again, it's the puncher's chance because Jack Johnson could hit like a ton of bricks. But if you think about it, Jack Johnson was very similar in style and power to a guy. His name goes right in my head. We were talking about him yesterday. Ernie Shavers, like an Ernie Shavers. And Ali dispatched Shavers and took his best punch in the process. So I'd have to stay with Ali. Because Jack Johnson, Ernie Shavers always reminded me a lot of Jack Johnson. Gimster says, I would have liked to punch a safety guy on my first construction job. He finally told me we had PPP after the job was done. PE.
Yeah.
I missed a post, Dragon? I'm sorry, pal. Hold on, let me find Dragon's post. Dragon, where are you? Okay, that's a true story. Okay, so it's one since then, because I saw that one. Okay, let's see. Dragon's got... He's an easy one to pick out of the group because... Oh, no, wait. You know what, Dragon? I don't think I missed it. Is that when it was lagging? Because I didn't miss that, but it probably lagged out. Oh, what you said the funny thing is that wasn't even a joke. It was a true story. They kept bringing me Dr. Pepper when I wanted root beer. No, I comment... What I had said was, I didn't realize that's what... I thought you were just clowning around, but actually pronouncing root beer that way is what got them to bring you the right thing. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, I did see that, pal, but I got to start remember when you guys tell me there was lag, I got to go back and scroll through the super chats that I just commented on because it gets eaten up. Tiamat says, I want to punch this old dude. He does reaction and watches hentai all day. He's streaming right now. I think he used to be a wrestler. Feel free to hit him with a chair if you see him. Absolutely. I would jack that guy up. Absolutely. Bob Jungle says, the only Jack Johnson I know is the Jack Johnson singer who sang my childhood anthem that is Upside Down. No, Jack Johnson was a great heavyweight from I think it would have been the early 1900s. I got the great story is when that middleweight wanted to step up and fight him, and Jack Johnson punched him in the face so hard he got his teeth stuck in his glove. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna have to go. I couldn't stream as long as I wanted to today. As you can see, the stream came in late. It's just, again, we've got 1 week from tomorrow we leave for Disney, so I'm really pressing hard to get everything done. So we'll have all our videos lined up and ready to go. At the channel, I probably won't have a lot of them done in advance because I'm going to be doing quick streams and posting stuff from Disney. So that'll be the channel content while we're gone. But I'm getting everything all set for the Goose, getting all the G100s, as you saw, caught up for the month before we go, and making sure I stay ahead on the daily video so we have them all. Guys, this was a fun stream. I appreciate it a lot. This was fun. As was mentioned during the stream, one of my favorite things about topics like this is I know a lot of stuff is going to get brought up that I get to revisit again, and that's exactly what happened. Goose, 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 goodbye. Indeed, Gimster. Even things like I would have never thought about, like the elders from Naruto, and that's entirely punchable, and I wouldn't have thought of Ribrianne, which is a serious miss because, oh, Ribrianne so deserves a punch in the face. But guys, thank you for that. I appreciate it a lot. It's okay. It's Tuesday. Excuse me. It's not the. I'm fair. I give honest appraisals. The Tuesday sticky stuff is not my best effort. However, given that we're talking about punches to the face, there's a little extra something in it just to give it a little pop. Now, even if if you've got your official sticky stuff fanny packs on you, don't let the authorities get a hold of any of this sticky stuff because I put a little something extra in it just to give you guys a little boost for the day. Wink, wink. So here comes Pamfu Pamfu. Tuesday sticky stuff. Tuesday sticky stuff. Not that good, but it is spiked. Tuesday sticky stuff.
Yeah.
Sticky stuff for you. Sticky stuff for you. I'm disrupting your outro. Arthur says that's okay. The sticky stuff keeps flowing, Arthur. It's been tampered with, so it's going to continue flowing. Tampered sticky stuff for everybody because we'll bang. Okay, flashlight like Buggy, and as always, most importantly, and we don't even need to tamper with this to make it awesome because it's goosh 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 goosh. Goosh.